G'day all, welcome back again to Dad vs Son and our playthrough of the campaign of Fortress Europa from Compass Games, and we're about to go on with turn 14, the second week in September. So before we go on, I need to point out that I have not placed out the Volkssturm units. So, you know, the old men and the young boys that are going to, be kicked around a little bit. Now, these Volkssturm units go into every German city when Allied forces get within 3 hexes, and I forgot about them, so I'm going to just stick them out now. Now, we've gotten all the way down to here, but here's the border as such. So we need to put a Volkssturm unit into Freiburg, and these are all 2-2 units, single step, and we can only have, I think it's 15 on the board at a time anyway, and that's why we have these Volkssturm appeared ones as well. So once they've been in there, you don't get any more. So that one goes into there. We do the same for Strasbourg. Sorry about the fat fingers. We've come in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Stuttgart. So you can see how the Germans are starting to scramble at the moment. And what's this one? Karlsruhe. Again, I haven't done any German whatsoever since high school, which was quite a long time ago. And if I'm getting them wrong, I apologise. And then we've got Saarbrücken as well. Oops. No good when you drop them. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mannheim. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mainz. It's been raining here for about 12, 14 hours straight now, constant sort of rain. So it'll be interesting to see if the weather changes on the table for this at the same time. Now, I don't think there's any more that way. And we haven't got within 5 of any of these, I don't think, yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, not quite. So that is that at the moment, and I'm going to leave the Volkssturm in Switzerland, ready to come out and play as necessary. Righto, so we're ready to get into turn 14. At the moment, the Allies have 14 supply capacity, which is great. And again, turn record phase is the first bit. We've done that. We get onto the weather. Let's just come over this way a little bit. Oh, like that. So we've got somewhere to roll a die. We're in September. And the weather is storm. Okay, so we have a storm. So half movement allowance, no air missions allowed, no sea movement allowed. Yay. And we need to check for mulberry damage. Okay. Right, mulberry damage. Is it going to come under storms or mulberry? Well, there's nothing there for storms. Let's look under weather. UVW, nothing there for weather. Okay, mulberries, 25. On any storm turn, mulberries in Europe may be damaged. Roll 1 die before the Allied first move impulse for each mulberry. A 5 or a 6 reduces its supply capacity by half. This damage may be repaired in the same way. Okay. So we will look at the mulberry to the north. And it is fine. And the mulberry to the south. And it is reduced from 9 down to... Oh, was it the round up or round down again? Now I've gone stupid. Mulberries. Round down. Of course it is. So it goes from a 9 to a 4. And we lose 5 off it. But we pick up 1 up there. So we're going to lose 4 all told, which takes our supply capacity from 14 down to 10. Right. Of course, the next thing is the air allocation phase, and we have no air. So, no air missions allowed, no sea movement allowed, which is a pain because I was going to bring Dempsey on this time. Oh well, shit happens. Okay, so we're into the Allied replacement phase. Sorry, partisans first. No partisans, I didn't think so. Let's get rid of them. I forgot to last time. Righto, Allied replacements. The Americans are fine, but the British are not. So, looking at it for September, again the Americans get 3, so they're going to take 1 armour and 2 infantry, and for September the Brits get 2 minus 1 because of the V1s, so they get, yeah, that's a thing. Do they get any? Does not allocate air for a division, or if the Allied allocation is cancelled by Germany, the British lose half. Yeah, so they get 1, which of course has to be an infantry replacement. So there we go. Okay, so what do we want to do with these fellas? Let's have a look. We can't bring anybody on. So over here, these are all good for the Brits. We can't do anything with the French. We can't do anything with the Poles. We have 1 infantry, 2 infantry there. So we're going to do both of those for the Americans. So that's the 8th and 35th. In Gand, that's 2 infantry. Patton's forces are all good. These are good. These are good. Bradley's little bunch there is good and good. We'll come further over this way. So we've done 2 infantry so far. And we have 2 more here. So that will be 4 infantry. In those 2 in Cherbourg. Oh, that's right, we get 1 back on Cherbourg. Oh, I just forgot that one. So that becomes a 5. apologies for that. So that gives us another one back there. So we've actually got 11. We've used 4 infantry so far, taking it down to 1. They still have 5 armour. Now, all of these ones are good, and all of these ones are good, and so is that one, which brings us down south then to see if there's anything we need to do for them down here. And patch is looking good, and these are all looking good. Okay, so the Americans are fine. The Brits have got 2/3 of stuff all on the map at the moment, and they're fine as well. So that is that. Right. So replacement phase is done. We're down to the first move impulse, and it is halved round fractions up. So what do we want to do here? Well, we want to take out Marseille, don't we? But we're going to be pretty well stuffed to do that with the way the French have been knocked around. So we've got 14. Oh, hang on. Let's do this right. We got 7, we got 11, we got 14, we got 15. That's 30. I think Patch is going to be coming back with his people. We're going to need some major reinforcements into there, that's for sure. Okay, so let's look at this. So this bloke can move a whole 2, but he's going to move 1 to there. These 2, what do we got here? Mr. Mountain Man can go 1 into the rough, 2 into the rough. Let's leave him there for the moment. This guy can move 3. This is, sorry, not rough, it's mountains. He's allowed to keep moving, isn't he? No, that's alpine we're talking about. Unit stops and move no farther, exception mountain. Yeah, so they're fine, they're fine. Okay, so this fella can come over into here as well, like that, to give him a bit of support. These 2 can come down to here. This little fella can go 1, 2 over to there as well, and this little fella can come here. And basically these people are going to have to just backtrack up this way and take out these other ports, and I'm going to have to bring more Americans on to do this. So these are 5, 10, 15, righto. So this will come down this way, and these fellas can all move 7, yeah. So they can come down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here. Like that. So everything is basically strong enough if they decide to play silly buggers. And we leave Patch there until we get there. Okay. Let's have a look over here. Now, the Germans quite rightly... Were we there? Oh yes, the Germans moved into there. So we can move out of here if we want. They've got what? 4, 8 is 16. We've got 15, 21, I believe. Yeah. So that would be a 1-to-1. And then we'd be stuck there if something happened. So at the moment, we're going to just move back 1 to there. And we're going to move this fella here 1, 2 to there. Montgomery will stay. Over here, we need to get the Canadians and the Poles down to help out down here. So this guy can go 3, 1, 2, 3. These guys can go 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. He can stay there. He's ready to go. If we look up around the Calais way, we haven't taken Namur yet. So this fella is simply going to go into there for 1 and take that. Like that. And now this is broken. It's broken there anyway, so I don't need to worry about it. That stays broken there. That stays broken there at the moment. So he's gone 1 to there. He's going to go 2, 3 to there. Now, Aachen. No, I don't want to do that at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Aachen's going to pick up a Volkstrom anyway. So we'll stick that in there. Sorry about the hand being in the way. Right. Now we've got these fellas here. So these 2 are going to come down. 1, 2, 3. Because again, I need them down on the southern part of the front. I know my hand's getting in the way. So this is the 2 armoured units for the Brits. We have 12 in Anvers. Wow, that's a good port for 18, isn't it? Okay. This guy can go 1, 2, 3. And we can roll for Ostend. We get a 5, so it's at a 0 at the moment. So what do we do with that? What are we going to do? Okay, so what I'm going to do is put my little green mark on it, but it's red at the moment, so we can't do anything there. We don't pick that up. We need to start taking out this guy here now. This guy, infantry, can go 1, 1, 2, and 2. 1, 2, 3, and 3. With 10 in there, we got 13. We have another 7 there. A 6. Okay, so that 8's going to have to go. Whoops. That'll give us a 2 to 1 in there. No, I don't want to do that. Ah! 6, 13, 15 is good enough there. We've got 6, which is 12 in there. And we've got 8, 16, 22 for these guys. If we go 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2 to there. Pattern will move later, so these have all moved. we have Bradley and these troops here. And we also have Simpson. This bloke can go 2 and we'll go 1, 2. This bloke here will go 1, 2. Like that. This bloke can't come down here. That's just a joined, what do you call it? Invasion hexes. So that's just helping to block that stuff off. We've got these Frenchies here in Paris, which I think we can start to maybe deploy south, but they only move 3, which means they're only going to move 2. It's going to take them forever to get down there. So what do I do with them? I might just leave them there, because they're not going to be under anybody's control if I try and move them out of there anyway. So we've got the 79th here that can move 2, and it's going to go 1, 2. And all these are infantry, so again they're going to go 1, 2. And Hodges, what I'm going to do with Hodges and his mob is we're just going to go 1, 2 up to there. Because I think what I can do is pull them off, bring them back in once we've done something there, then they're closer to the front, so we can skip along the front. And that will do there. So that's all our first movement phase. So we go into, well, first movement impulse, we go into the first combat impulse. There is no combat to the Mediterranean theatre. There is nothing up around Cherbourg or Paris. There is nothing down around Strasbourg. So the only thing we have is here at the moment. So we have 6, 13, 15 against 10. And if we bring 3 of them over, then we have a 2 to 1. And that's the only combat we have. 2 to 1. Headquarters can move fuller movement allowance. That's always handy. No, that's note 3, which is stuff knows where. I've got note 1, I got note 2. Note second, yes. Okay, here we go. 2 to 1 for a 5 is a DR, and they're in a fortress, so they don't have to go anywhere. And this comes away, which means we're in buckets of poo. Okay, so we go into the second move impulse. Right. So armour can usually move 3, so it can only move 2 now. These blokes can move 1. Then if I come into here, then I've got both of these, which is not a good idea. That would give me 2 1-to-1s. Is it worth it? Or if I go this way, that gives me 22, 30 to 12 is a 2 to 1. So we're going to do that. So we're going to go 6 for 1, for 2, for 1, for 2, for 1, for 2, for 1, 2, 3. Oh no, they can't. They can only go 2. So into there, he can still attack across there. Patton can move his full. 1, 2, 3. Oops. Hang on a tick. They have to go there. They can't go that way because of this. Patton will go 1, 2, 3 into there. Okay, can't move. These guys can usually move 2, which means they can only move 1. So I think what we're actually going to do is pull them back to Lille. These guys can move 1. They're just going to move up here. Simpson can move 4. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. And Bradley can move 4. And he's going to go 1, 2. Whoa, dangerous. 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. Simpson can stay back here. I don't want some of the little bugger from here running out and taking them out. Okay, so that's all the Americans here. Okay, over this way. And in fact, I didn't want to move him, did I? He can come back this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he can pick up these guys. Because Hodges is going to go 1, 2, 3 into Cherbourg. This guy's going to go 1 to there, and these guys are going to come 1 to here. And Simpson can pick these up and then tally-ho away, and Hodges can pick up these and out once the weather improves. Right, if we look over this way for the Brits, Montgomery is going to come over 1, 2, 3. Canadian here is going to go 1, 2. These guys get to move a whole 1. He gets to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. Our Polish friends get to go 1, 2. And these guys get to go 1, 2 as well. I just don't know about this little fella here. Maybe that's not real smart. Maybe we help him out a bit. 1, 2. We haven't taken out Metz yet, have we? This guy can go 1, 2 into Metz. And I think that gives us lots in there. So the Metz fortress is destroyed. Like that. Now, there's no more One, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we're already in there. Why are we already in there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. Because we were there to start with. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Okay, so nothing more there. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've already got them in there. There's nothing there. Righty-o. So I think that's everybody here, everybody to the north. That leaves us to the south. Oops. That's probably a little bit better. Okay. So this guy can go 1. So he's going to go 1. In fact, he's going to go 1. These two can go 1. This guy can go 1. He hasn't moved yet. This guy can go 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 to there. And this guy can go 1, 2, 3, 4. And these are all good. Right, which leads us into our second combat impulse. And we have no combat here. We have no combat here. The only place we have combat is these two over here. So we have a 1-to-1 here. So we'll do that first. Oh, that's going to be really bad. Yeah, an A2. Yay, team. Okay, so the 14th Armoured Regiment is gone. And the 9th Armoured Regiment is reduced. Like that. Okay, 14th Armoured Regiment is defunct. Where did you come from? 5th turn. Destroyed. Bum 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 bum. So anyway, sorry, just so you're aware, I've placed the replacements, the reinforcements for this turn into Africa, and that was simply the 6th Armoured Regiment, Cav Regiment, sorry, and we had 2 American Infantry Divisions, and I'm just going to move the 5th French Armoured over to Africa as, no I can't, it just stays where it is. Okay, so then we've got our second attack, which again I believe is a 2-to-1. We've got 12, we've got 6, 14, 22, 23, 29, so yeah, 2-to-1. For a 5 is a DR. And this guy is in a city, so he has to retreat. So he flips and he retreats 2 hexes. Well, I don't want him going there, so he's going to go down this way. 1, 2. Oh, 1, 2, sorry. Like that. Yeah, is good. Okay, no others. So we go into the Allied rail control phase, and rail is still blocked there, and rail is blocked there. I'll just put there like that for both of them. Well, in fact, I'll just move that one up to there at the moment. Doesn't really matter. Looking down this way, again, no changes. And down south, doesn't matter. So that's that. And then we look at the supply phase. And again, we have all our units are within command radius and can find their way back to a good port or to a mulberry. So there's no hassles there whatsoever. Which means we're up to the German part of the turn. So I might actually stop it there. We'll continue on with the same thing, but at the moment, I'm going to just stop it there, and then when we come back, we can do the Germans. There was something else I was going to say, so it can't have been too bloody important. However, I'm going to have a good think about the Germans anyway, because they get a swag. I'll show you, of replacements, or reinforcements this time. I'm just trying to not knock counters over. So they get all of these, and they get all of these, and this unit becomes this unit. So, yeah, so they've got a couple of relatively good units, some nyeh, and then some nah. But they all help to fill slots, which is the main thing in the wall. So it will be interesting to see. Righto, so take care, be good, and I shall see you shortly. Bye for now. Rightio, so we're back for the German part of turn 13? 14? Hang on. 4, 8, 9, 10. I don't know. Where are we? September 2nd turn, yes. Righto, so first part is German replacements, but before we get on to that, Volkssturm is a maximum of 8 on the board at any one time. So I had one in Mainz as well. I've removed that at this time. It's sort of the furthest back. So that's what we've got at the moment. So until we have Volkssturm killed off, then there won't be any more Volkssturm coming onto the board. So we have the German replacement phase, and for September they get 3. So they're going to take 2 infantry, taking them to 3, and 1 armour, taking it to 1. And they get all of these reinforcements. So first up, I think we need to look at their armour replacement. And we have no armour that we can replace anywhere there. No. Oops. No, I think it's all down this way. And I don't know if we have an armour to replace down there. We've got all these other sort of butts and pieces. Aha, we do. The 19th. So we're going to put our replacement there for the armour. Which is good. So that's in Karlsruhe. I'll just stick it on there because the Volkssturm's not going anywhere. Like that. Okay, and then we have 3 infantry, but again, I don't think we can really do much with them because everything is sort of up to scratch at the moment, which is good. Can't bitch about that. So the answer is no, unless there's something down here in Marseille, and I don't believe there was. No. Okay, so they have 3 infantry replacements at the moment, which is great. So first up is Student comes on to replace Reinhardt, who's up in Rotterdam. So we do that. And we get rid of Reinhardt. Done. Now we have 2 headquarters units here, which are wonderful, from a to headquarters sort of unit, but that's about it. Which have to go in a German C. So I'm going to chuck one. He's already in Strasbourg. We're going to stick one in Stuttgart, and that's the 450th Divisional Headquarters. And we have the 406th, which can go into Mannheim. No. We're going to go into Dortmund. We have 5 infantry divisions. 2 are 3-3s and 3 are 4-3s. So I'm thinking we need something up here. It's not a city. We've got a 4-3, a 4-3, and a Volksgrenadier. So we can't put anything in there at the moment. So I think what we'll do is we're going to bring a 4-3 into Köln and into Bonn. And we're also going to bring one into Essen. Then we have a Tiger Battalion, which I'm going to put in Essen. And we have some armoured brigades that I'm going to put out. And again, we're going to go to Düsseldorf, Köln, Bonn, Mannheim, Strasbourg, along with an infantry, and we'll put an infantry into Freiburg as well, with Blank, which leaves us 2 more armoured brigades, which I think, we'll put again another one in Köln and another one in Essen for the time being. And that's just so they can all move forward into the line, sort of thing. Need to turn that over. Okie dokie. So that's what we have, and that's their replacements done. So they have 3 infantry replacements that are left to go. So they have their first move impulse. So what I want to do is look down here to start with. So we've got this little fella here sitting here for 4, these 2 sitting here for 4, but they're doubled to 8 and so forth. Is there any way that I can try and get somebody over there? And the only way I could do it is to give up Marseille. So I could send out the 272nd down here to Toulon. But that's just going to make it easy to take Marseille. And it'd be a 1-to-1 anyway, even with if I took the reduced 148. They can't fix him because he was a training unit, so that's as good as he gets. And they don't have any good ones to come back infantry-wise. They've got a couple of 3-3s, so they could bring back another 3-3 unit, which may be worthwhile. That would cost 3. They have a 5-3 here. That was part of the free setup. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to spend our other 3 replacement points to bring this unit back as well. So the Germans have no replacement points, and I'm going to bring that unit back into Dortmund at the moment as well. Righto, so forget about that. So there's really not much I can do down here at all at all. Again, we look up into the Calais sort of field, and there is nothing we can really do up here either. If I flip these units to try and attack or anything else, you know, he's a 5, so I could attack with him, but I'd have to give him backup, and these are only 2s, or so I think some of these are a 3 if they move. And we're down to half movement, remember, so the most I could bring over is these 2, which then leaves these, and that would bring us another 2, 4, 9, and we've already got 11 there, 12 there. Like I said, it just doesn't make any sense to try and do that at the moment. So there's nothing to do there. So any movement we're going to do is going to be over in this area here, as we try and bring our forces up to speed. So I've got this infantry SS unit here, and these 2. So he can move 2 and they can move 3. So I'm just going to bring them all back 1 to there. Into the heavy. Righto, so here I have 2 units. So I'm going to take this 3-3 unit here. In fact, 5, 6, 7 is 14. I'm going to take this unit here, and he's going to go 1 into there like that. 3, 6 there. Volkstrom. Sorry, I just need to see what's under here. That's our can't move 6, 6 now. Fat fingers. Okay, so this unit here can move 3. It's going to go 1, 2, 3 into there, like that. He's swinging up in the breeze by himself. He's looking pretty good. Okay, this unit here is going to come down 1, 2, 3 into there. I've got 2, 3 units in there, so I can't do much there. I'm going to bring this unit forward 1, 2, 3, and this one 1, 2, and this one goes 1, 2 into there as well, as this one comes forward 1. This little fella here is going to go 1, 2, 3 into Arnhem. This one will come forward into here. This one will come forward into here, and he will go 1, 2 into Dusseldorf. And this little headquarters unit here is not really a headquarters, but yeah. And I think that is about what I want to do there at the moment. So that's their first movement done. We look at their first combat. There's nothing to the south. They don't want to attack up here, and there is nothing here either. So we go straight into their second move impulse. Again, halved. So this bloke can move 2 again, but he can only actually move 1 into here, like that. This bloke will move 2 into there. This bloke will move 1 into there. Now I've left all this open at the moment because it's going to take them a while to come through this way. So we just got to play silly buggers as we can. This bloke can move 1 into here. And this bloke can move 1 into here as well with him, like that. And that is it. Oh, I didn't move this guy before, did I? So he could go 1, 2, and he can move 1 more, and he'll come back here, like that. Righty-o, which brings us into our second combat, and there is no combat. So into the rail control phase. So we can remove that rail control marker now. But we've got one there, so I don't need that one. And I've still got unit there. I've got nothing there anymore, so that one can come off. Still got units there, so we actually have rail up through here now if we wanted to do something. But again, yeah, I want to hold Brussels, and I don't have the forces to send through to do anything. If I send anything through to San Quentin or anything like that, they're just going to get chewed up. So I'm not doing it. Right, which brings us to the German supply phase. And every German unit is in supply at the moment. They're in ports, they're in fortresses, they're in cities. They can trace their supply route, I believe, which gives us the end of turn segment where we can move this can't move here. And this one here of the Americans. Trains can't move. So that was the can't move up here. And then we have for the 2 infantry up here, who were both under the 1 can't move, with Hodges, like that. And that is the end of that turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, I was right. Doesn't happen very often, but sometimes it does. So that's that at the moment. So you see, we've got quite a lot of forces up here on the west wall now. They're slowly building. The Germans get a couple of more units next turn, another couple of infantry divisions. And depending on what's happening with the weather as to what's going to happen with air power and all the rest of it. And the Americans will hopefully pick up, they will pick up another supply capacity point for Cherbourg, the southern Mulberry, and hopefully the one for Ostend as well, and continue what they're doing. So, yeah, I don't think there's too much else to say. It's we've gone from the hard part for the Allies to the middle, easy part for the Allies. And now we're coming up towards the hard part again, which is the push through into Germany itself. Because we just haven't had the forces available to do what I wanted to do. If we could have gotten Dempsey on, then I probably would have tried to bring him in and start moving some of the Americans out of this area so they could have done a quick push, but this didn't work. Then we've got some Americans and some French that can come on, well, some Americans that can come on down south to help there. And then the French can toddle off down to, sorry, what I'm talking about is get the Americans built up here, and then the French can diddly bop down around here to Torino and take out that as they take all the rest of this out. So that's the cunning plan at the moment anyway. Whether it works or not's a different bloody matter. So thank you once again. I don't think I've screwed up too much. Yeah, right. And I will catch you next turn for turn 15, the third week in September. Take care.